Good morning, Year 3, and welcome back to our online learning. I hope you had a lovely half term and that you got up to some really fun things. Okay, so we're going to start then today with some English and literacy this morning, okay? And what we're going to do first is read through our learning objective together. Okay, so off we go. It says, I can use descriptive language to create my own character. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at descriptive language, and I want you to think about that word descriptive and what I mean by that. Okay, so just have a few seconds to have a think and tell me what I mean by descriptive language. Okay, if you were telling me it's language you use to describe something, to tell me more in detail about something or someone, you are spot on. Okay, so we're going to be looking at how we can describe our own characters. But also that word characters then, let's have a think about what that means. And to help you, here are some pictures. Okay, these are all examples of characters. So what I would like you to do now is pause this video and have a talk with your grown-ups or a sibling who's at home or anyone you can find and just discuss who these characters are, where you might have seen them, okay? And then I want you to have a go at listing any more characters that you know. So pause this video and have a go at that then. Okay, brilliant job then if you could name some of those characters I popped on the slide. Okay, and brilliant if you also name some more that you could think of. So we've established then a character is a person or a thing that's in a story. Okay, so if you have characters in a story, they are your people that make up your story. Brilliant. Okay, well done. So now we're going to look then at what types of words we use to describe. And I've put 4 different types of words up for you to have a look at, and I want you to think about which words are words we use to describe. Okay, and we should straight away know one of these. Okay, so have a think, pause this video and talk about what these words are and what they do and which ones help us to describe. Okay, so we're going to have a look then. Okay, so let's discuss this in detail then. Okay, so if you got adjectives, well done. We know that one, don't we? We know that that one definitely helps us to describe. Can anybody think what an adjective does? Okay, well, an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Okay, and we know, don't we? A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So if our noun then was a flower, what adjectives could we use to describe the flower? Pause this video and have a talk. Okay, so you could have come up with bright, you could have come up with beautiful, or even fresh. So any of those words that we could use to describe that flower, that noun, okay, so they're called adjectives. Okay, and you can also notice that we've got adverbs circled then. What does an adverb do? Have a think. Okay, an adverb is a word that describes a verb. Now, who can tell me then, what does a verb do? What's a verb? Great job if you're telling me it's a doing word, isn't it? It's an action, okay? So we could have jump or ran, okay? So an adverb then is a word that describes how you are doing the verb. So if we're going to take ran, for example, we would use the adverb to describe running. Okay, so how could we run then? Somebody tell me, how could we run? Okay, if you are saying quickly, yes, that's brilliant. That would be an adverb because it's describing the way we are doing something. It's describing the action. Okay, super, well done. So now we know what type of words we can use to describe something. We're going to look at how we can build our characters, how we can start to create them. Okay, and to do this, we are going to have to use our imaginations. Okay, so who can tell me, when do we use our imaginations then? Okay, if you're saying that to create something or to make something up, brilliant, well done. We use our imaginations to create something out of the ordinary world, okay? Brilliant, well done. Okay, can you tell me then, when is a time that you have used your imagination before? Pause this video and tell someone who's with you or just talk to yourself. When have you used your imagination before? So some of you might be saying you use your imagination when you are writing a story. Brilliant, okay? If you're going to make up the story and the setting, okay, you might use your imagination. Brilliant, well done. You could also use your imagination when some of you are playing games. I know some of you like to think about different games you could play where you use your imagination to create a new world and live inside that world. Okay, they're all times when we are using our imagination. Well done. Okay, so this sheet that's on your timetables is going to help us today then to build our character. This is called a character profile, okay? And you'll see there are lots of different boxes that we're going to consider and think about today. We're going to write down some ideas which will help us to develop it throughout the week, okay? So first things first then, if you could all get this up on your laptop or whatever you're using to access this, okay? If some of you want to print it, that is absolutely fine. You can print this now. And those of you who can't print it, okay, if you want to just write down the headings, so the things that are underlined on your paper, you can write your ideas underneath those headings. You don't have to use this exact sheet. You can copy the way it's done. Okay, so everybody make sure you've got that with you now. So the first box we're going to look at then on our character profiles is the box that says appearance. Has anybody heard that word before? Appearance. What does it mean? Brilliant, well done. It does, doesn't it? It means what your character looks like or what somebody looks like, okay? Their appearance is how they look. Okay, so we're going to think then, we're going to use our imaginations and think about what our character looks like. Okay, so let's look at how we can do that. First of all then, we need to decide, is your character going to be a boy or a girl? Okay, so have a think. Do you want them to be a boy or a girl? Brilliant. Okay, so how old are they then? Are they going to be a child? Are they going to be an adult? Are they even going to be an old lady or an old man? Okay, so have a think. What would you like them to be? Then when you've decided that, you can think, what is their eye colour, their skin colour and their hair colour? Okay, so have they got blue eyes or brown eyes or even green eyes? Okay, what is their skin colour? And also, what hair colour have they got? Have they got blonde hair or brown hair or black hair? Okay, and remember you can use your sheet to write down these ideas. Okay, next one then. Are they tall or are they short? Okay, your character could be really, really, really tall or teeny, teeny, tiny. It's up to you, or they could just be average size. And then lastly then, what do they wear? Okay, so does your character like the colour red or yellow? Do they wear stripes? Do they wear polka dots? Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. This is a lady I'm going to use to base my character around. Okay, obviously this lady is a girl. Okay, she might be about 30 years old. Okay, she's got brown eyes and dark hair, hasn't she? Yep, she's quite tall. My character is quite tall, and she's going to be a nurse in my story, okay? So she wears a nurse's uniform. Okay, we're going to look at jobs shortly, but that might help you decide what they're going to wear. So if you're struggling with that one, we'll come back to it. Okay, so what I want you to do is pause the video, make sure you've answered all of these questions in your appearance box. Okay, and when you're ready, we can move on to the next box. Off you go. I've also included this word map for you to use, and this has got some adjectives that we can use to describe certain parts of our appearances. Okay, so we've got our face, hair, body. You could even think about their voices. And then we've got clothes as well. So if you're struggling for some ideas or you want some powerful adjectives, have a read through these and decide which ones fit your character. Okay, so we should have all filled in that box then that I've put a star on that says appearance. Okay, and we should have all included some adjectives to describe somebody's appearance, describe your character's appearance. Okay, let's have a look what we're doing next time. Okay, now we're going to think about likes and dislikes then. So what types of things does your character like and why do they like it? What types of things don't they like and why don't they like them? Okay, and does your character have a hobby? So it might be really helpful now to think of a hobby that your character has, something they're really interested in. Okay, so my character really likes to dance. Okay, as well as working as a nurse, she also really likes to dance. Okay, so think of a hobby and then tell me why. So my character likes to dance because she finds it very expressive and very free. Okay, and she has fun while she does it. Okay, so you think of your own then. I've put some examples to help you. They could like art and drawing. They could like football or even tennis. Okay, so think of that hobby and tell me why they like it. And then think of something that they might not like. Okay, what might they not like? It could be a food. It could be a place. It could even be that they hate being stuck in traffic. Okay, my character hates being stuck in traffic on her way to work. Okay, so we're going to fill in the next box then. That looks like this one. It says likes and dislikes, and you need to tell me the hobby and then something that they like and something that they dislike in that box. So pause the video and have a go at that one. Okay, so you should all have told me a hobby that your character has and something that they like and something that they dislike. Brilliant if you've done that. Okay, so the next part then, we're going to think about our character's family. Okay, so I want you to have a think then, does your character have a family or do they live on their own? If your character's an older person, maybe they do live on their own. Okay, and you can think about why they live on their own. If they do have a family then, who is in your character's family? Is it a big family or is it a small family? And do they all get along? Okay, so I've put some ideas of people that could be in your families. So we could have mum and dad, or we could have stepmom or stepdad. Okay, we've got half sisters or sisters and brothers. We've got grandparents. Okay, there are lots of different family members and you can think of your own as well. You don't have to use the ones I've given you. Okay, but write down the people then who are in the family and tell me, do they get along or not? Okay, so we're going to use this box then, where the star is. We're going to fill in this box with our family members and telling me about the family. Do they get along? Okay, off you go. And finally then, we're going to think about what occupation your character might have. Okay, so that word occupation then, what do you think that means? Brilliant if you're telling me it's their job, okay? So if your character is a young character, they might not have a job, but then you can put as their occupation that they go to school or they are a student, okay? So they don't have to have a specific job. It could just be that they're going to school or they're a student. But if they do have a job, let's think about what they could be, okay? So what is the job going to be? Do they like their job? And if they do like their job, why? And if they don't like their job, why? Okay, so my character, obviously, we said she was a nurse, okay? She really likes her job because my character is very kind and caring, okay? And she really likes to help people. If some of you are struggling then, I've put down here a picture that shows you different occupations, different jobs that people might have. Okay, so you can have a look through some of those and think, oh, my character could be an electrician or a builder, okay, or even a clown if you want them to be a clown. Okay, so think carefully then, do they have a job and what is their job and do they like it or do they not like it? Okay, off you go with that one. It's this box on your sheet, okay? So the one with the star in, that's the box you're filling in, the one that says occupation. Pause the video and off you go. Okay, so to finish off then, I want you to draw me a picture using all of those details we just discussed of what your character looks like. Okay, so make sure you get all the bits of their appearance in. See if you can include their job in, okay? Can you give me a clue in your picture as to what job they do? You could even draw them with some family members you've decided that they have, okay? And you can draw them doing maybe a hobby that they have. They might be playing football, okay? And make sure that you have filled in the personal details box, okay? So give your character a name. Tell me how old they are, okay? Tell me their height. Tell me how tall they are or small they are. And tell me if they are a girl or a boy. Okay, so now you can have the rest of the time then to finish off this sheet, and I want to see some of these on your portfolios, okay? I'm really looking forward to learning about your characters. Okay, so have a nice rest of the morning, and I shall be seeing you soon for another live video. Okay, bye.